welcome back to my channel. My name is Geraldine. I make videos all about goal setting, productivity, and mindset hacks. So if that's your type of jam, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Geraldine Silva. So May is around the corner, and what perfect time than to vanish for 1 month so that you can hyper focus on your goals. I've done this quite a few times where I just leave and I take the time for myself to really cultivate the life that I'm wishing to have, because whether it was my family members just really being negative towards me, or I just wanting to have more time for myself and less time for other people to just take advantage of the precious time that I do have. I have done it quite a few times already where I just vanish. I focus on myself, focus on my goals, and I really hit it hard and make my dreams happen. And I just remember this one particular time when I used to work at Domino's. I had my son really young. I was 18 years old when I had my son. And so I worked at Domino's. At that point in my life, everyone thought that I was just going to work at Domino's for the rest of my life, that I wasn't going to amount to anything, and that I was just going to be there until the end of time, essentially, just making nothing about myself. So I pulled back from that negativity. I pulled back from those family members. I didn't give in to the negativity that they were providing me. So instead, what I did was I really focused on ensuring that I was going to get into university and become something of myself. So that's what I did. I really indulged into my studying, and I was able to graduate with a bachelor's degree of communication disorders, and now I'm a speech therapist assistant, and I'm making the most money that I've ever made in my entire life. I never thought that I'd be being paid the way that I am. On all of those family members, honestly, once they saw that I exceeded their expectations, not only succeeded, but I exceeded their expectations of what they thought I was going to become. Do those people hit me up now? Do those people even dare to come into my presence? No, they don't, because they feel so inferior to my success that they want nothing to do with me. So this is what I want for you. I want you to just be so successful that the people that are so negative, that were so negative of you to begin with, have no courage to even stand next to you, because you're going to feel so inferior of your success that they just want to run away like little cockroaches once the light turns on. You're going to be the light to those cockroaches, because what do? They run to the darkness, and you are the light. I'm going to teach you guys what you can do within that month that's really going to shape and form you into a whole new person, the best version that you can create for yourself. Because as time goes on, you're always ever changing, you're always ever evolving. At that point in my life, that's what I needed. I needed time for myself so I can graduate with my degree. Now I'm doing something completely different. I mean, I'm still working as a speech pathologist assistant, obviously, but what I mean is I'm creating the life that I truly want. I wanted to have something for myself more than what I had, which was that working at Domino's. And that does not mean that I'm not trying to shade anybody working at Domino's if you chose to stay there, because there is ultimately a goal when it comes to working at Domino's. It means that you want to become a general manager or owning a franchise. This is not to dismiss the hard work that those people have, because I've seen them in my managers, how much hard work they were putting in. So it's not to dismiss them. However, that was not the goal for me back then. I really wanted to have a degree, and now I'm the only person in my family to ever have a degree, and I'm the third to last cousin of the family, so that should tell you a lot. And now I'm creating a whole different thing for myself. I want to have the life of a full-time content creator, which is something I've always wanted. I've always wanted to also have the body of my dreams. So those are the two things that I'm currently working on now, where I'm going to disappear for the month of May. Not to you guys, but for the rest of the people, I'm going to disappear and really work on myself and really indulge into myself, because that's a form of self-care. I'm really going to indulge into myself, and hopefully by June you'll see a whole new different Geraldine. So this is what I want for you as well. We're going to indulge in ourselves. and have a whole new us by June. So for the month of May, this is what we're gonna do. By the way, if you're enjoying this video already, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and so that I know to make more of these videos. So let's get on with this video and what we're gonna do for the month of May to ensure it. So this is what I did when I left my family, and I didn't say anything to them, and I just did what I needed to do to accomplish what I needed to accomplish. And I'm gonna implement the same things for this month. So number one is to find a support system, even if it's just one, even if it's just you and this other person, because you don't need validation from anybody else. That's what I've learned a lot in therapy, in life. You don't need validation from everybody else, and that's something that I'm still trying to currently learn, is that I don't need validation from anybody else. But you also don't need motivation from somebody else. However, when I'm so busy trying to motivate me and motivate myself, sometimes there are hard days where you're just like left with nothing, and all you can do is just hit up that one person, whether it's your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your sister, your best friend, whoever it is. That one person you can call and be like, hey dude, like I'm just really down in the dumps, I really don't feel like I can accomplish this. And you need that one person to say you got this in order to continue, because sometimes you can't just leave it up to yourself. Sometimes you do need somebody on your side, knowing somebody is on your side, to encourage you to keep going. And so for me, that is my best friend. To have her and only her to be like, hey dude, like I'm just really down in the dumps, and for her to be like, Geraldi, get back up, and be like, all right, you're right, I need to get back up and I need to keep going. Like I've made this much progress, I can't stop now, I need to keep going. Because I can do all the hard work myself. I can get up every single morning at 5 a.m, which I've done. I can go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week, which I've done. But there are days where I don't even feel like getting up. I don't even feel like getting ready. I don't even feel like sitting down and filming this video, but I'm doing it anyways because I have a dream. And there's days where I don't feel like I can have my dream. And so I need that one support system. We all need just that one person to tell us to keep going in order to keep going. And that's something that I've learned a lot during that time, was I can't just leave it all up to myself. Sometimes you do need just some sort of inspiration, to just something to just like get you right back on track. Somebody that knows how to click that button to be like, no, you're overthinking this, no, your dreams are not too big for you, no, you can do this, in order to be like, you're right, what was I thinking, I can do this, let's get it going. Number two is to know it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Let me tell you something about failing, okay? It's such a relatable thing, because when you look at successful people, the ultimate success people, hearing that they failed, hearing that they dropped out of college, dropped out of high school, they quit their job, they were fired from their job, like all of that is so relatable, because it's such, think about it, there's such a highly valued person being so wealthy and so successful that you don't find yourself relating to them. You can't fathom being able to relate to them, because they're so highly successful, because they're so highly they're so wealthy, and you have none of that at the moment, right? So I'm just like, I can't relate to myself to that person. But when you hear, oh yeah, I went through these hardships where I was living in the streets, or I dropped out of college, or I was fired, you see the person that they are. You see that they were a person at some point. You see that they did go through hardships, because we want to paint this picture that those people had such a linear way of getting to success, instead of realizing that there were bumps on the road in order to get there. And we think that our hardships is our own personal vendetta. It's our own personal hardship, that somebody out there, the universe, God, whoever, is directing the the hardships only on us, and therefore we can't accomplish something because it's never been done before. A person like me who's in this hardship is never going to amount to anything because all the successful people were only given an opportunity. They didn't have to go through any hardships, when in reality, watching these people go through hardships and know that they kind of went through the same thing, if not very similar story as you, gives you more motivation to be like, oh crap, like if they went through that and they amounted to so much success, so can I. So when you think of the failure that you're having right now, when you think about the obstacle, about the hardship, the challenges that you're having at this moment, know that that's going to be part of your story, and you're going to be able to relate that back to somebody who's just starting off, who's just going through all of that. You're going to be like, hey, it's going to be a triumph situation, because I think of that now as I've had my son and I've been able to graduate and I've been able to have my license that I do and have the apartment that I have. If I were to go back and tell 20-year-old me and tell her all the things that she's accomplished, she's gonna be like, what the heck, like me? I did all that. It's the same feeling that I have when I can tell somebody who's just having their baby, like, you're gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. Like, yes, maybe you had a baby way too young and you probably shouldn't have, but just know at the end of it, you're gonna be all right if you just keep pushing through, if you just keep going, if you take every opportunity that's ever given to you and you take advantage of that opportunity to get you, to propel you further than the people who aren't taking advantage, you're gonna be okay. So I've learned a lot from that failure, right? Not having my son as a failure, but just having my youth taken away. I don't see that as a failure. I see that as a hardship, as an obstacle that propelled me to my success, because now I'm able to say, hey, I graduated. But people only see the success. They don't see the difficulties that came with becoming successful, right? Whatever success means to you. For me, success means I graduated. So for me, I can say, oh yeah, I graduated. But all they see is that. So when they ask me like, oh, how'd you do it? Like, I'm struggling in this class and I can't find I can't study, it's too difficult. I tell them all the time, I'm like, hey, I failed anatomy like 3 times before I even passed. And I still got my degree. It feels so much better knowing that I failed and I still became successful, because nobody is perfect. Failure is inevitable. And it's not just failure, but being able to learn about your failure, being able to learn from your mistakes so that you can make it better the next time. So I'm taking all of the things that I've learned in the past, which is knowing that I need a support system, knowing that it's okay to fail, because I'm in a new situation where my goal now is to become a full-time content creator. So I know I'm going to fail multiple times. I know there's going to be obstacles coming my way when it comes to me editing and uploading and scripting and doing all this stuff. I know there's failure that's going to come to it, but that does not mean that I won't be successful, because I know that there's people who are successful at this very moment who were in my shoes, struggling, trying to get to where they are. And so one day I will be where they are, and I'll be able to look at somebody behind me and tell them it's gonna be okay. I went through the same things, I had a similar story, and look at where I'm at. Just keep going, just keep focusing, just keep struggling, because one day the struggle will be all worth it. If you guys are enjoying this video, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that I know to make more videos of this topic. So now let's get to my last tip. My last tip is that things are gonna get hard, but if you can't find something that motivates you, find something that fears you. And let me explain. So when we talk about motivation, we always talk about something that inspires you, right? Something you look forward to. You're always looking towards the future, whether it's a home or the body that you want or the straight A's or graduating, X, Y, and Z. It's always something that you're looking forward to, but not every single time are you going to be able to look forward and think to yourself, this has inspired me to keep going. This is inspiring me to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. This is not inspiring me right now to save money and so that I can be able to buy my home. Inspiration is not always gonna inspiration is not always going to be the thing that pushes you towards motivation. So when you find yourself in that hardship of, I just can't find the motivation to go, even if it is the inspiration of my home, my future body, my future wealth, whatever it is, find something that fears you. What would happen if you didn't get that goal? It could be, I'm a failure, I'm gonna be fat forever, I'm gonna be renting for the rest of my life. Those things are fearful. That is also a way to inspire you to go after your goals, because not only are you going to be able to get what you want, but you're also fearing something. You're running away from something. Going after your goal and ending up in the place that you don't want to be sometimes is even more inspiring than it is to actually get the goal, because you know what it feels like to be fat and you don't want to continue doing that. You know what it feels like to rent because you're currently doing that and you don't want to rent forever. Sometimes you're already, whatever state you're in, you already know what it's like to have it. Therefore, you're fearful of it continuing happening, or it's going to happen. So you're like, I don't want to be in this state. No. I want to get to that goal. I don't even know what that feels like. I don't even know what having a home looks like. I don't even know what having my body, my dreams look like. Being able to be scared of your fears, being able to be scared of your fears and using that also as a way to propel, to inspire you, to motivate you, not inspire you, but to motivate you to go after your dream, is probably more powerful than it is for you to find the inspiration of looking forward to something. I learned this because as I was going through my undergrad, as I was becoming a speech pathology, my undergrad program, I understood what it meant if I didn't graduate. It meant that I didn't make my parents proud. It meant that I didn't make myself proud, that I wasn't going to give my son the best life that I could have ever possibly wanted for him. It meant a lot of things for me, and that thing that kept driving me towards my goal, because I couldn't look back. There was no choice to look back. There was no choice of giving up. Also, I never gave myself that choice of dropping out, giving up, and never accomplishing that goal. I never gave myself that choice because the fear of becoming that drove me more than actually accomplishing what it meant, what it felt to actually accomplish the goal. So as in this moment, that's what I feel. The feeling of being in the weight that I am right now, because I don't feel comfortable in the weight that I am, knowing that I could fall back to even heavier weight, because I was heavier than I am right now, falling back to that heavier weight and knowing what that meant and what that looked like fears me a lot more than, and motivates me more than if I knew what it felt like to have the body of my dreams. So that's what's getting me motivated. That's what's continuing me into this cycle of keep going. Again, but there are that times where you have that hardships where you need somebody else to just get you, who knows how to click you right back in. But that fear of not achieving it and staying where I'm at right now and stagnating, I'm so scared of that. I don't want to be renting forever. I don't want to be in this body forever, in this weight forever. I don't want that. And so I don't want to stay on my job forever. I want to have my own business someday and make a name for myself. Like, that's always been a dream. And so to know that I'm just gonna work and come home and then do nothing with the rest of my time, the rest of my life, that scares me. But knowing that I'm making a name for myself, knowing that there isn't a cap of how much I can make, that it's going to be a never-ending amount, that provides me with so much strength and so much safety, knowing that I can accomplish those goals. It's kind of like a safety net. Like, maybe some days I'm not so motivated, but what catches me is my fears. The fears of not being good enough is what catches me, and it's like, oh, gotta get right back into the gym, gotta make sure that I'm eating the right calories, or making sure that I'm consistently uploading. Because when I tell you guys, I was tired today. Today's Sunday. I was at home, my daughter's asleep. I could be scrolling on TikTok. I I could have been doing a bunch of other things other than me sitting down and filming. And I was so tired. All I wanted to do was just go take a shower and rest. But you know what? The fear of not having what I wanted for so long, and because I know what it feels like to not be a full-time content creator. I've been doing this for a really long time. This is a whole new channel, so you don't see the other side of it. I've had a 9-year-old channel where I was not consistently, but I was uploading videos, but I wasn't really consistent of it. And so I've been on this journey for a really long time, so I know what it looks like to not have it, and I know how much I do want it. So knowing what it feels like to not have it, and wanting to know how it feels like when I do have it, is just, it's like from both sides. I'm just getting my fear and my motivation, and just being like, okay, I'm just pushing through, because I'm not giving me a choice to give up, nor am I giving me a chance to find a way to just be like, oh, forget this, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not giving myself that option. I'm continuing. So don't give yourself that option. Continue for an entire month. All it is just 30 days. 30 days to continue consistently showing up, going to the gym, eating healthy, uploading your videos, studying so that you can pass your exams. All it is just 30 days to possibly break a bad habit into a good one, and possibly continue the path that you're in, and seeing what happens outside of this. What if you continue this good habit? What would happen then? What would you get at the end? And so all I'm saying is just taking things at chunks of time. So give yourself 30 days. Disappear for 30 days. Say no to people. Say no more often. Focus on yourself. Give yourself 30 days. And tell them too, if your friends are constantly hitting you up, telling you, hey, let's go out, let's go eat, let's go do this, let's go do that. Tell them, I'm giving myself 30 days. After those 30 days, I'll hang out with you guys. But 9 out of 10 times, after those 30 days, and you actually consistently showed up and you consistently made progress on your goals, you're going to get addicted to the progress, and you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to continue this. I want to see what it will look like if I did accomplish my goals. What it would look like if I continue doing this habit. What would I see at the end of the year? It's going to be a whole new you. So let's disappear for the month of May. You know, it's like Justin Timberlake, it's gonna be May. Let's disappear for the month of May. Let's work on ourselves. Whatever your goal is going to be, focus on that goal, create habits. And how you can do that, I am really cultivating a really good amount of videos on how to accomplish your goals, how to effectively plan for your week, and the tools that you can use so you can ensure success. I will be creating a whole playlist on goal setting and productivity and mindset hacks. So if you want to start at square one with your goals, please watch this video on how I'm accomplishing my goals in 3 months. And maybe you can utilize this on your disappearance for a month. Maybe it'll teach you how to create a goal for the month, to create a plan for the month of May, so that you can be able to follow this plan and maybe make some progress on the goals that you've been wanting for the year. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Please like this video so I know to create more. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Mwah.